Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering. Today I'm going to show you how to master a Nigerian praise gospel song. Listen to this. All right, beautiful song from which is from one of my subscribers. I've mixed it, and I have also mastered it for him. And this is basically what I did. As you can see, nothing is clipping. I do everything in Cubase 5 and 10.5, so it's not clipping on the output. What did I use? So open up the edit channel. These are the only plugins that I used during mastering of this song. So the first plugin being an EQ. I wrote off some low end home mix low end. This is very important. Don't mind what's clipping right here. It's my microphone. See, as I'm speaking, it's clipping, so the volume is a little bit high, but it's not coming from the mix. The home mix has a lot of space that are created. You can watch a video on how to create working space. It's already there on my channel. So I first load in an EQ in order to remove the 10-20 noise, which you really can't hear with your ears, but it's really there. But what happens is that it affects your mastering, so make sure you just give it a little bit of a cut. Let me just listen to this. I'm gonna do solo so you guys can listen to this. You can't really get it in your ears, but if you want to learn how to do it, let me serve this Oluwo. So the title of the song is called Oluwo. So whenever you want to be sure that you're not cutting out the body of the song, first you take it all the way to a place where the song starts getting a little bit weaker, like this. See, when you cut too much, you take out the body of the song, and that's what you want to. That's not what you want to do. What you want to do is just to take out that unwanted frequency, which is around the area where it stops, like you can no longer hear anything, and yet it's there. So that's the frequency you want to take out. Then from there, start coming back like this. And before that, all you have to do is listen to them. So it's playing. So all right, it's playing. What about here? Oh, the bass is still there. I need that. That's a low end. What about here? I can still hear it in the background, so from there, like with this song right here, everything from 10, 20, 35 or 25, I mean, all this frequency from 25 to 10 is unnecessary for this master. So I had to like just cut all the way. Let me take it back, and it's exactly where I had set it. So next I added in put in iron pusher from Waves, infected mushroom. It's a great plugin, especially for mastering. I use it a lot. I gave the song stereo image, or I enhanced it. Like in Cubase 5, you can go to special and use stereo enhancer. It's all the same. Or you can use a plugin called stereo expander. It's all the same. So this is just a stereo imager. If you have Isotope has stereo image as well. You can use that one whenever you wanna, like, give the home mix master space, like your song, just you want to give your song that space. Let me just copy this so I show you guys what I'm talking about. This one is gonna be QQ. All right, and then this is what I'm talking about when you increase the imager. It's on 8.5. Let me increase it. From there you realize that there is a lot of space, and there is also too much. The reverb gets out even more, and you don't need that. All you need is just a little bit of space, so you can enlarge your master a little bit. So let me set it to 8.1. So 8.1 for this song is very much alright. Then I also 8.5. I also increased the magic a little bit to 32.2, just to give it that more space and more punch. Dynamic punch, I raised it just to give the master that punch, dynamic punch. And then the body, in case maybe some of the instruments don't have body, so I gave them body. What body does is that it adds a little bit of mids and lows to the sound, just a little bit, so that the sound can have the body and also the low. I increased it to about 7.5. The pusher, this is like volume, whereby you increase the volume, the input volume. I left it where it is. I'll soon explain the reason why I left it there. Then the input, I left it there. I did not do anything. The highs, I did not do the highs. Why? Because I knew that the next plugin that I was going to put in was to be called a multiband compressor. And if I lifted up the highs and also lifted up the input right here, this input was left like that, because I knew, I already pre-calculated that I was gonna use FabFilter Pro Limiter to raise up the volume. So this wasn't gonna be necessary for me. And the problem is that many producers try to raise up the volumes and raise up everything without pre-calculation. So make sure you calculate, what am I gonna use, and if I use this, then I don't need to use this in this plugin. If I use this, then this button is not supposed to be turned on. So this is why the high is out, is on 0, the input is on 0, the input is on 0, the output is on 0, the volume is on 0, because I knew that I was gonna use, for the output I was gonna use FabFilter Limiter, and then for the highs I was gonna use multiband compressor, and then for the input I was gonna also be able to just leave it on default. So next plugin in my mastering is Multiband C6 stereo multiband compressor from Waves. It's a good multiband compressor. It has all these bands. There is this band right here, and it sounds like this. Helps you to control the lows and be able to shape the sound or the frequency the way you want it to be shaped. Then it also has the crossover which is the bass. You cross over the bass and also just shape it the way you want it to shape. And then so with the multiband compressor, I shaped the sound the way I wanted it to be shaped, and also increased the high a little bit so that I can give the song that sheen. That's what I wanted. So multiband compressor does that for you. And also I wanted to carry that to control the 2K, 4K and 8K area. So this is why I put in. Multiband is such a useful compressor. It's a powerful compressor that just basically works on each band. So I controlled each band and then came out with this sound. Without multiband compressor, without fab filter Q, and without ion pusher, without all this, it sounds like this. So that's basically just the mixing that I did and the plugins that I did there. So with this turned on, Pro Q, and see that this time I did not use Pro Q3 during mastering process. Why? Because Pro Q3 adds more volume, so I didn't want it to come with its own volume. With Pro Q2 just comes the way it is. It doesn't add unnecessary volumes to your master. So this is why I this time changed and used Pro Q Fab Filter Pro Q2. And then this is how it sounds like with ion pusher. Space is added. Then next, this is how it sounds like with multiband C6 multiband compressor. Suddenly everything begins to bounce to sound the way they are supposed to sound. Check out the video I did on multiband compression. And then finally, to raise up the volumes and just to make it be where it's supposed to be, Fab Filter Pro L limiter, and my gain is on 9.0. Once I exceed this, my master is no longer gonna sound good. It's just gonna sound distorted. So I didn't want that to happen. So I started raising the volume. I raised it high. I found out that it was too much. Then I found my sweet spot around positive 9.0, and this is how it sounds like. As you can see, Fab Filter is really cutting those peaks which are trying to jump up. This is one good thing. Also acts like a compressor. It's really, really good. So finally, so before the mastering, the volume was here. Look at this. This is where it is ending. So all this is my mastering workspace that I remained with all this. And make sure that you end in green. Green and a little bit of yellow is okay for mastering. And then once added in mastering plugins, and I always want it, I always aim for this. I don't know why, it always works for me. So basically guys, these are the plugins I use for mastering: Fab Filter Pro L limiter, Wave C6 multiband compressor, iron pusher stereo, and Pro Q2 to cut the lows. I'll see you in the next one.